Rising water levels are causing damage to the agricultural sector in the lower Orange River region in the Northern Cape. Several roads and low-lying bridges have been closed as water in the Orange River rises to levels last seen during the flood of 2011 in the area. Water was released from the overflowing Vaal and Gariep dams into the Orange River system, leading to the rising water level. This has raised concerns about the impact on production in an industry that is already on the edge due to U.S. tariffs. Chairperson of the Orange River Producers Association, Gabriel Viljoen, joins us for more on this. Good evening, Gabriel. Thank you very much for joining us on the late edition. Now, generally, rain is welcomed by those in the agricultural sector, but too much rain can significantly damage crops, leading to reduced yields and potential crop loss. How have the current water levels impacted your sector, if at all?
Well, at this stage, fortunately, all our products are already harvested and the raisins factor as well. All of the fruits are already off the vines, but the biggest concern is now the water which is running into the vineyards. That can have a long-term effect on the next crop if the water persists more than 2 weeks in the vineyards itself. So fortunately, all our product has already been harvested. But the lower-lying areas for the lucerne and the cotton which have been planted, they're going to have a knock-on effect.
So when we say it could have an impact on the next crop, is this now insofar as soil erosion, is concerned, where it could be an issue of washing away of the topsoil, which could reduce soil fertility?
Washing away the topsoil, that's correct. And if the water stands, say, for 2 to 3 weeks in the block can basically drown, which has effects. If the vines dies, you have to take them out and replant the vines. So for the next 2 to 3 years, you won't have an income.
So at this point, now one assumes that this would also be quite costly if ever it was to be corrected. But is there legitimate fear now, given the water levels, or it's still not that much of an issue as many would want us to believe?
Well, at this stage, the highest peak is this evening at the Orange River in Uppington, the bridge, 7.8 meters, which was the same levels as 2011. And this is the highest point. It's been so far at a flow of 4,300 cubics per second and average speed of between 11 to 13 kilometers per hour. So the biggest concern is tonight, and the sluices at the back, the Vaal River Dam, has already been closed from 10 to 4 as of this morning. So from the next 5 to 6 days, the river will go down.
Sure. But it's quite heartening that, at least at this point, harvesting has taken place. But there's also the other issue of the U.S. tariffs that have had your sector quite worried. How have you as an organization received and are looking to respond to the U.S. tariffs?
The U.S. tariffs, which President improved on us for, say, from July, the 31%, is going to have a big effect on us for exporting product to the Far East. Over the last 5 years, we've increased the sector to the USA by 28%. So taking that 28% away, exporting to the USA, we've got to take that back to the old channels, which is the UA and the EU and the UK's.
So given that now you might be looking to resuscitate those channels and create just some sort of a market for yourselves, do you see this now as a negative or perhaps as a positive, or that one element that gives impetus to this program of seeking out new markets?
Well, seeking out new markets is always a challenge for us, and luckily the Philippines opened for us. So that is also a new challenging channel which we can use for the future. If the tariffs is increased to 31%, which is not going to make it viable for us to export product to the USA anymore, due to the fact that Chile and Peru is the most competitive country for us, exporting in the same windows as we do. So it's a more lucrative window for them at that stage, and it's not going to be economically viable for us to send product to the USA at those high tariffs.
All right, Gabriel, thank you very much for your time this evening. That's Chairperson of the Orange River Producers Association, Gabriel Viljoen, speaking to us there.